Good day, ladies and gentlemen. This is Garfield from We Make Love in the Kitchen. Today, I want to talk about life after a divorce, a relationship, and how to recover and start a new life, start a new relationship. Most of you guys know my previous relationship, 25 years, 21 years being married, and I was alone for about 4+ years. So how did I go about taking care of me and rebuilding my life, picking up the pieces and starting anew? Step number one for me, the most important step, is forgiveness. And it's easy to say forgive, but the way life is, it will test you, because a lot of people say, I forgave the person, but life will test you. So how did it play out for me when I say I forgave my ex? I have no hatred towards her, because one thing you will have to accept as it relates to me and that process, I had to accept the family is now broken. Regardless of who broke the family, it's broken. Where everyone was under the same roof, now we're not. The children may go with the mom, or the children may go with the dad. Whatever the situation may be, the family is broken. So I had to accept the family is broken, and I had to accept that because of the family. I had to accept that because the family is broken, certain things are going to happen as a result of the family being broken. So for me, forgiveness played a big part in it. Because why? Because I knew in the foreseeable future certain things are going to happen, that my ex is going to call me and say such and such happened. As it relates to the children, I need your help. And I can't show up, or I can't be talking with her on the phone and say, if you never did A, B, and C, this wouldn't have happened. The family is broken. Accept it. Forgive. Now do what you need to do to take care of whatever issue that you need to take care of pertaining to the children. So that's why for me, forgiveness was important, because I knew. Could be a year from now, could be 2 years from now, could be 3, 4, 5 years from now, especially if you have minor children, that you're going to get that call. So forgiveness played a very important part to me in that journey, that I knew these things were going to come as a result of the family being broken. So when I get the call, I could interact with my ex without the screaming, the yelling, no arguments. It's like, okay, what's the problem? Okay, what can I do to help? We need to work together to do A, B, and C. Okay, let's do it. So that's how forgiveness played out in my situation. Because you could say you forgive, but life will test you to make sure that you truly forgave the person. And again, not that you want to go back and have a relationship with the person, but you want to have a working relationship with the person for the benefit of the children. And having hatred in your heart, malice, strife towards the person because for what they did or didn't do, you can't win with hatred. It will consume you. It will consume you. And as a result of you having hatred in your heart towards someone, it leads to arguments, it leads to fight, it leads to two couples not working together for the benefit of the children. So hatred plays out in that way, where two people, although they're no longer together, can't even communicate for the benefit of the children because hatred is there. So that's why I had to forgive, because I knew the family is broken. The family is broken, but I have to work together with my ex for whenever it happens in the future for the benefit of the children. Although we were still in the process of, finalizing the divorce, taking care of some financial issues, taking care of issues with the house, I knew what is going to come because the family is now broken. So that was like the first step for me in the healing process. The next thing that was important to me, and I learned this before the divorce, but I applied it because the divorce was such a major event in my life at the age of 50, being in a 25-year relationship. I had to not personalize anything, and that's very important. It's easy to say, but it's hard to practice. And the way I did it, because dealing with the divorce, I'm dealing with a house that we have to sell. I am dealing with financial issue. It was during the year of COVID, so a lot was going on at the time in my life. So what I did not personalize anything. I just, receive the papers for the divorce. Okay, I have to get a lawyer. Step number one, I have to deal with issue with the house. I have to go to the courts. Step number two, financial issues that had to be addressed, have to deal with that. So there was a lot of stuff happening, but I did not personalize it. I just envisioned that these three problems are outside of me. So when I'm not personalizing something, there's no emotion attached to it. It's pretty much, here's the problem, what is the solution, and how long it will take. This problem, the divorce process, may take a year and a half, 2 years. Okay, that's fine. I need to get the lawyer and get that process rolling. The house may take some time as well. The financial issue, this may take some time as well. So life continued for me. I still continued to juice. I still continued to work out. During the time of COVID, gyms were closed. I worked out in the house, or I rode my bike. I went for walks in the sun and all of that. I cooked my meals and all of that. My life didn't stop. After COVID, went back to work. I didn't miss a day of work. I didn't turn to drugs. I didn't turn to alcohol. I didn't turn to anything like that, because life still continued for me, and I did not personalize my problems. So it wasn't like, okay, woe is me, I'm going through this, I'm going through that. You're not the first person to get divorced. So I didn't think that I was unique. So it's like, this is the problem, you have to deal with it and you have to address it. So I think just those two things really helped me through that process, and I do apply that today, not personalizing my problem, so I never attach an emotion to it. So I'm never angered by, when I think about my previous relationship of 25 years, I'm angry. And no, it happened. It was a 25-year run. That part of my life, that chapter of my life is closed. I have to start a new chapter with a new lady. So all of these things play a part in my life. So I still apply that today. Never take problems, because the problems, they're going to come. That's part of life. Trials and tribulation, ups and downs. So you're going to have problems in your life. But I never personalize them. Therefore, I never attach an emotion to them. Therefore, I'm never triggered by them. I don't get angry. So when I think about my personal relationship, and if something comes up as it relates to the children, I don't get angry and say, oh, if you didn't file for divorce and we were still together, we wouldn't have to. No, the family is broken. Done. Whatever has to be dealt with in the future and in the coming future, I'll deal with it. I have no emotional attachment to it because I forgave the person, forgave my ex, have no hatred, have no animosity towards her. So whatever comes up as it relates to the children, we'll work together and we'll address it and we'll take care of it. So for me, those were the two things. And I still apply that today, even outside of anything that have to do with my relationship as it pertains to my ex. I don't personalize my problem. So I don't attach my emotions to any of my problem. Grant you, when a problem do occur, I do have an emotional reaction because that's normal. But then I usually just back up, see what the problem is, see what the solution to the problem will be. If I need to talk to someone about it, I will talk to someone about it. How long it's going to take to solve this problem, and just begin to put a set of action plans together, whatever it may be. So that was my approach. I'm not saying it applies to everyone, but that works for me. Because when you're talking about divorce, when you're talking about separation, when you're talking about children, when you're talking about assets, that's a lot. And there's no way that what I say today will just apply to everyone. I'm just telling you that was my approach in just going through that process and healing myself and making sure as I move on in life that I don't have no hatred in my heart, because you can't win with hate. It's consuming, and you will know that it exists, especially when you're dealing with someone, your ex-partner, your ex-wife, that if you can't even communicate, even for the benefit of the children, without having an argument, without bringing up the past, without you did this, that's hatred. So I learned that a very long time ago. You can't win with hate. Love is much better. And that's how I live my life. So forgiveness was important to me, to forgive, and then just not to personalize anything as it relates to the divorce. Don't personalize it. Just work together, find a solution, even regardless of what your ex may be doing or saying. Like, don't get caught up in anything, any arguments. Don't do any of that. Just move on with your life. And that's what I was able to do. So I hope this helps someone. I'll have other conversation as it pertains to this topic, but it's not a simple topic that in one video that someone is going to watch it and say, it applies to everyone's problem. No, everyone's problem is different, it's unique. But for me, that was just my approach, and it helped. So when I was ready to get back out in the dating market, I was healed. I didn't have any hatred or any animosity towards my ex, because when you have love in your life, it's a peaceful life. But when you have hatred and strife, you're miserable. And my time on this earth is short, and I don't want to live in misery, don't want to live in hatred. I want to experience love, joy, peace, and happiness. So with that, ladies and gentlemen, please like, subscribe, comment below, and have a wonderful day.